Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a video showing you how I create a habitat, and this is I like to call this taxidermy special effects. And this will be a video that's of interest not only to other taxidermists who are looking to learn some new techniques, but this will be of interest to the sportsmen as well as people who just admire taxidermy work, because they always ask me, how do you do that, or how do you get that water to look like that? And today I'm going to show you the basics. So what I've done is I've taken my wood base here. It's made by Mr. Chris Johnson. He is over at the Wood Wizard and Black Creek Sports Shop, and he made a real nice base for me. We got a glass case being made for it, and so I just basically painted the inside of it black, and mixed up some fiberglass resin with some peat moss, laid that in the bottom, and then stuck a little plant material in there. And again, for what we're going to do, you don't have to be super detailed on that. I mean, I think it looks pretty good as is, but by the time we get this water surface built up, it's going to, with all the turbulence on this water, you're not going to be able to see the detail really in that that much anyway. So that's the base part of it. Now we're going to kick in the water surface. And what I have is a piece of plexiglass. Okay, and I've cut it to fit. There's a little ledge that runs around inside of this case, and I've cut that plexiglass to fit. And then I cut out a hole that we're going to have our duck sitting on. And the way I knew how to cut it is I had already mounted my duck, and I let it dry. So then I took some cardboard and I used some calipers, made some measurements, and cut out the size I thought I was going to need on a piece of cardboard, and then test fit the duck on it. Well, the first two I made were really too big. The third one I did with cardboard was a little big, so I knew I was pretty much there. So I traced that one with a marker onto the plexiglass, and then when I cut it out with my Dremel tool, I cut it out a little smaller. So as you can see, I've put in some ripples already. What I use for that is a product called, see if I can get it on the camera here, Lexcel. And this is a clear, it's not silicone, I don't know, it's some sort of caulk adhesive. I bought it at like a True Value or Ace Hardware, I don't remember where. It's about $10 a tube. Lowe's and Home Depot I don't think carry this product, so you'll have to find it at probably at a mom and pop type place. So anyway, I laid my ripples out and kind of in the pattern I wanted, and I took a brush, dipped in some mineral spirit, and kind of flattened them out and blended them a little bit. Again, you don't have to be super detailed, because we're going to come back and put some artificial water over the top of this to make this all look real nice. So at this point, I'm ready to sit my duck on here. I'm going to try to do this while holding the camera. And you don't have to worry about getting fingerprints on this top side. When you put that, you don't want them on the bottom, because you might be able to see them. The resin we're going to use is going to take out any fingerprints that are left on the top here. Okay, so we'll get our duck in there about like we want. It's a hooded merganser in a swimming courtship type pose. Let's see if we can get a little better light on him over here. The customer sent me a photo and told me exactly how he wanted it, so that's what we're going to replicate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop for a moment, and like you see with some of my videos, I'll come back showing you my next step that I've done. Basically, I'll tell you right quick what I'm going to do is mix up some polytransport artificial water. I'm going to catalyze it according to the instructions. Okay, and you can play with that. You can increase the catalyst, decrease it if you want it to, take longer to set, or increase it if you want it to set quicker. If you heat it up, it'll set quicker. If you cool it down, it'll take longer to set. So you can play around with it to get it like you want. I personally like it to set kind of fast. And what it'll start doing is I'm going to put it in here and brush it in and kind of blend all these out. And then I'll take and as it starts to gel, I'll take my brush, a little disposable brush, and I'll put in some chop okay, to kind of blend some of these caulk ripples in. And once you start playing with it, you'll see as that resin gels, you can take your brush and just kind of work some more ripples in, or some chop or whatever. And you know, you could do a practice one first without a bird, just on a piece of plexiglass, and see how it works out for you. But then we'll come around and make sure it kind of fills along the sides here and locks this plexiglass down. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do some of that, and I'll come back and just sort of show you what I've done. Okay guys, as you can see, I've put in the some artificial water, and I've got some chop going here. If the camera focusing, I've done a little bit coming up here where the bird is kind of flared up in the front. And the way I'm doing this is just grabbing, as you can see, let's let it focus. Get it under the light a little better. So you can see this stuff kind of gels, and you can kind of pull it and work it. Every once in a while you get a big glob, and when you do, just kind of work it up next to that breast, or wherever you want some really hardcore turbulence, I guess we'll call it. It's not really ripples, it's more of just turbulence. Okay, we'll come back when we're pretty much done with this thing. I'm gonna probably come in here, let this resin harden up, and come back with another batch and kind of do a few more things to it.